Ash and the gang. The Mandalorian is great in the new series, and let's check out what's new in the world of pop culture with your hosts John, Tim, and Quentin, and a podcast we call Rewind
and Reload.
So I hope everyone had a very happy holiday season. I know we're a bit crazy around here, and we really appreciate everyone's patience, but we are back from the holidays. So.
Back from the dead.
Yes, very much so. So, Q, how was your holiday season?
It's pretty good. I got a bunch of leftovers from my family Christmases, and I'm already running out of them. I'm kind of sad about that. I was eating good for like 3 days, man.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to Jack's
Same around
Pizza
here.
and ramen.
Tim, how were your holidays?
I mean, they were okay. Like, I don't really personally get in the holiday spirit very much because I'm a bitter old man who looks through consumeristic purchases. But I did smoke crack for the first time this weekend.
Hell yeah. Doing some crack.
That's a lie. I don't actually smoke crack.
That's a lie. He actually does smoke crack. Oh.
'Tis the season.
Yes. My holiday season wasn't too bad. I had a really fun time with Carly, and she got me an awesome Joker mask with a Joker comic book. So that was pretty sweet.
Now you can
do the funny dance in your bathroom.
You can run around going, I'm the Joker, baby.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do, Quentin.
I'm going to
find a really tall stair
linked
set.
that video in our Joker episode back in the day.
Oh,
that
yeah.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
We should probably post that link to something because that is just an A+
Art.
video.
Modern art.
Yes. Well, you guys do anything else? We've been off since the crossover episode, and that took a while.
Yeah, things have been a little hectic, so
Yeah.
we took off for Christmas break, and then came back. And
So we haven't really done an episode for like almost a month.
maybe it's been like 2 weeks, I think.
Well,
Like
before
a real
the
episode.
crossover.
Oh, yeah. You're saying, okay, a real episode of Rewind and Reload.
Yes.
We have not done it for like a month.
Because we did the crossover stuff, but man, that took a while because we had, 5 people? All trying to figure out all the scheduling.
Oh, it's a nightmare, yeah.
It wasn't fun. Like, the crossover was fun, but getting everyone scheduled to do it was not fun.
It's fine. We did our best. We got it. We banged it all out.
I mean, yeah. We found the guy who did it, so that was good.
We didn't find him. He was kind of, our guess was wrong.
Yeah, but I feel like it was always meant to be that way.
It was a trick question.
We
What
were
it
never
was.
meant to win.
It's like when you get halfway through your exam paper and it just says write your name at the top for 100 points.
And you're like, oh, you got me.
I remember doing one of those, like, in 3rd or 4th grade, where it's like, the first thing was like, read through all the directions, and you get to the last thing, it's like, just write your name at the top.
I can tell you exactly when it happened. It was in 6th grade in whatever class it was that we took in the media center. That's when it happened.
Was that with Susness?
Yes, it was.
I'll call her out right now.
I don't think she's...
Is she dead?
I think she's passed away. Yes.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not like her bitter ghost is going to come back and find us.
I don't know. She might.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I'll summon her right now. just like...
Somebody from her family is listening right now, and they're like, God, these guys are douchebags.
Well, that's probably the nicest thing people have said.
That'd be one of our better reviews.
Yeah, probably. But, well, I guess, I mean, if you guys can't think of anything else that we've missed since the last, like, actual episode we've had, I mean, we could get into our topic. It's up to you.
Nothing important happened in our lives. Who are we kidding?
Yeah, that's fair.
People aren't here for us. They're here for the goods.
They're here for the goods, so let's give them the goods. All right.
Good.
So I hope...
Tonight.
Oh, man. I thought Tim was done, and I just kind of want to keep him going.
At the Jersey City Metrodome. Gravedigger. Bigfoot.
Who else is going to be there?
John Cena.
John Cena as a monster truck.
All right. Well, so Tim, you're not being very good, but
I've been naughty.
I hope everyone else has been pretty good out there for especially Christmas. Because if not, Krampus definitely came for you, and you might have got a switch, and you might have got dragged back to his lair.
Dude, that's pretty generous of him to give out Nintendo Switches, honestly.
Not the kind of Switch I'm talking about, Tim.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. But, so we're talking about Krampus tonight. So we obviously can't get very far without talking about the origins of Krampus. And, I'd like, if you'd like, Q, tell us what you dug up about our goat-footed friend.
Yeah, so Krampus is the yang to the yin that is Saint Nick. Saint Nick is just Santa Claus, but he was there first, essentially. Santa Claus was invented in New York, fun fact.
Really?
Yeah, that's besides the point. Krampus, though, is one of the 4 companions of Saint Nicholas. He's, I'd say, the most evil one. As you mentioned, he is goat-footed. He's an anthropomorphic half-goat, half-demon. So his bottom half is a goat. Top half is Satan, essentially.
Isn't that just Satan? It
depends. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of depictions where Satan's got goat feet, but I also feel like there's a lot of depictions where Satan's just like a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess
I think there's a lot of misconceptions.
I think there's some interpretations where Satan's just an idea.
There's some interpretations where Satan is just an energy. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was going to say a snake, but that's kind of on the nose and real.
There's a story about that.
So back to our boy Krampy. He has roots in a few regions of Europe, including Austria, Bavaria, Croatia, Hungary, northern Italy, and Slovenia. The true origin of Krampus is unknown.
He's from parts unknown.
Krampus, parts unknown. We can get only so much information because Krampus started as an oral tradition. So obviously it was just like this thing that people said stories to each other about, and the stories are going to change over time. If you've ever played Chinese telephone, you know, sometimes people aren't good at retelling stories 100% correctly. But folklorists definitely believe he has pre-Christian origins. One of my favorite facts that I found out about Krampus is that in Norse mythologies, he is the son of Hel, Hel, who is the goddess who rules the underworld.
So he's Loki's grandson. Because Hela is the daughter of Loki.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm a huge nerd for Norse mythology, but I didn't know that one. That's really interesting, actually. But I mean, who else would make up a big hairy man walking around whipping people with switches? If not the Norse.
Well, yeah, I mean, Loki fucked a horse to have children, so...
Yeah, but that horse had 8 legs, so it was pretty fucking metal.
Oh my god. So you wouldn't fuck a four-legged horse, but you would fuck a 8-legged horse, is what you're saying.
Listen, all I'm saying is if I were to ever sneak into a farm that wasn't mine, and fuck a horse and die from intestinal bleeding, and it's all caught on camera, I would want it to be an 8-legged horse.
Because at least then it would
Who
be a
said
little
the
bit more
horse
interesting.
fucked Loki? Loki could have fucked the horse.
Because it did. He turned into a mare.
Oh, that's true. Yep, I forgot about that. Sorry.
So
Anyways.
if you're gonna fuck a horse, you're gonna want the prime pick, and obviously one with 8 legs is gonna be better than 4.
Double the stability. And no one wants to talk about it, but he went from being a horse, and then he just spat out a wolf, a giant snake, and a half dead, half alive lady.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense.
The Norse are wild, man.
Well, anyways, let's talk a little bit. We'll talk more about Krampus. Keep it going, Q.
Please.
I don't know. Krampus takes people to hell as a punishment.
See, this is just reinforcing my belief that he might just be Satan.
Yeah, you might not be wrong. So, Santa Claus gives coal, but the Nords they don't support big coal. They don't like that industry.
Big government.
They're like, fuck
Skyrim's
that.
for the Nords.
We're taking these kids to hell. Sometimes like the way it works out is like the kids aren't taken to hell permanently either. Here's the thing: you could just go for like a year, right, and come back.
You do your time.
Yeah, and then
come
depending
back
on how naughty
kid.
you were. But you're not. What the fuck's gonna happen? You're gonna go to hell and just come back, and you're gonna be a good kid again? Like,
no, you're gonna be fucking ripped. You're gonna have tattoos from like the Krampus gangs.
I'm a lifer in the Krampus hell, so let me show you the way, kid.
I don't know. Some of the pictures of what he does to the kids, I'd definitely be in there for like 2 days, and I'd be like, I'm good from now on.
Yeah, no, dude, these kids are going to come back after their trip to hell, and they're going to be fucking sitting in a corner just, like, cowering. They're going to be scarred for life. They're going to go see a psychologist, and the psychologist is going to be like, look, I can't do anything about Krampus TSD.
Well, this is like Bavaria, so the psychologist is going to be like, well, tell me about your mother.
What's your relationship with your parents?
Well, yeah, but, I don't know. I'd be scarred because all he does, like, a lot of the times it's just like taking birch rod, right? And just smacking you in the ass and then taking you to hell for a little bit.
That just sounds like a fun night. Like, all I'm saying is...
Tim's horned up.
Dude, listen. Cats came out last week, and that movie's horny as hell for anthropomorphic people.
Did you go see it?
No.
Okay.
The trailer alone is enough to get y'all horned up.
I didn't like the trailer because I didn't like the way they looked.
No one likes the way they look.
Yeah, they look way too CG.
You know,
I was more okay with Sonic than the cats people.
You know what's really
Sonic
CG?
looks good now.
Well, now he does, yeah. But before...
Does he? I'm not going to get into this right now. I don't think he looks any better. But
we should have a whole
that's a different
podcast
Sonic, for a different time. We'll do that. We'll have the all-in-one Sonic cast after the movie comes out. We're all gonna go on Valentine's Day. John's gonna ignore his wife. I'll ignore my girlfriend, and
Yeah, what am I going to do?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I don't give a fuck.
And we're all going to go on Valentine's Day, the day it comes out. We're going to see Sonic, and we'll go have an emergency podcast right after it.
We're going to talk all about how
I'm okay with
Summers
that.
and his cool little furry blue friend had an adventure. And then at the end, he took off his sunglasses and killed his entire high school again.
Stop.
Double S.
All right. So, I think that covers the origins pretty well, right, guys? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the origin.
I have a
Add to
little bit
that.
to add. I just have a little tiny thing
please.
to add. Do you know that it's tradition to offer Krampus an offering of schnapps so that he'll think you're a good boy?
Wait, are you for real?
Yeah, I'm for real.
I did not know that at all.
I found
Like
that
what
on-
kind of
peppermint
schnapps? Like,
or
is
just
there-
schnapps
Just
in general?
schnapps, and it just said on Wikipedia schnapps in general. It said like specifically, not even specifically, just like schnapps, like distilled fruit liquor. So
Okay, because I was to say, I know, from what I can gather, it seems like everybody makes chocolate chip cookies for Santa. So I don't know if Krampus, however you pronounce it, it would maybe some peach schnapps, maybe peppermint.
could be.
I don't want to give him the wrong schnapps and then get a fucking switching.
Yeah, because I prefer peppermint over peach. For sure.
And here's the thing: if I'm like 12, I'll probably be if I'm like a 10-year-old kid afraid of Krampus, why the fuck would I have liquor? Wouldn't that make me naughty there?
It's Bavaria. Your parents are farmers, probably. They probably got some fruit liquor brewing in the barn that you don't know about.
They just it was a different time back then. 10 years old was a midlife, so you could you could drink schnapps if you wanted to.
Could you imagine, even 20 years old being your midlife crisis back then?
I'd only have one kid to carry on my family name. Oh no. I have no daughters to sell off for mules.
At 20 years old, that's the questions you'd ask yourself.
Yes. Because I only have 10 good years left.
20 years old, I was
20 years old, I just got a
fuck.
letter from my aunt in Austria, and she's like, yeah, the bubonic plague's in real hard.
You better avoid here. Hey,
Don't look at
avoid
any rats
rats.
the wrong way.
that's still who would win? Who would win?
The rats.
2/3 of Europe or a single rat?
I don't know. People should email in and see. We'll get a poll going on Instagram or something one day. But
Maybe.
anything else to add to the origins?
No, I think we got out what we needed to get out.
That's fair. Well, there are some things that still go on today. There are ongoing festivals in many parts of the world. Tim, I know you talked about some of these festivals, so why don't you tell us about what you found first?
I'm just going off some base knowledge that I have. There's things like the Krampusnacht, which is pretty much just a parade of Krampus walking down the street, threatening kids with switches, hitting the ground, making sure kids are good. Which is pretty intimidating, let's be real. But I've seen videos of I don't know where it took place exactly, but there's an event called a Krampus Run, which is pretty much running from the bull, but you're running from men in Krampus costumes.
I think that is in Spain because I saw that when I was looking into the festivals as well.
All I know is I've seen a video of this happening, but the people playing Krampus in the video got real drunk beforehand and started beating the shit out of a dude on the side of the street.
Oh god!
And until someone stepped in and were like, "Hey, no, you can't be doing that."
Yeah, dude, these Krampus festivals go fucking hard.
I've
people
seen, like,
do not fuck
Yeah.
around.
I've seen the switches. I've read like comments on the video I saw that people are like, yeah, sometimes they'll just have chains.
Yeah,
well,
no.
like in
Oh.
folklore, like that's like what Krampus had. They gotta stick to canon, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He rattles his chain and smacks him with a switch.
Do you think that inspired like
BDSM.
no, A Christmas Carol?
Oh.
You know, the book or the play or whatever it is.
Yeah, with like the ghost of
The
Christmas
ghost
past.
with-
or
I
was
was
it-
so off. I really thought you were going somewhere.
I don't want
else
to say
with
the
that.
ghost of Bob Marley, but I'm pretty sure his name is Bob Marley.
What?
What?
The guy from A Christmas Carol.
I don't think his name was Bob Marley. No, I don't know. I'm not too well versed in Christmas tradition.
I'm looking it up right now as we
I am
speak.
too. It's Jacob Marley.
Jacob Marley. You see,
Nah.
the ob gets me.
You know, Jacob, Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
What's the difference?
Same
Listen,
thing.
I only watched the FX special like a couple nights ago. I don't remember. But yeah. I don't know.
I was doing some research into it too, and I saw that like Bavaria and Austria are like
Yeah, I
the
think it's
two
big,
big places that do it.
I've seen like pictures of them even in the US, so
Yeah, but I know when I was looking at it, like to add to your point, like usually festivals are like kind of lighthearted and stuff, and it's kind of like I don't know, it's not the greatest. Like, I guess a lot of people have fun at these festivals, but it's more like getting drunk and just like letting loose.
yeah,
And they're kind of dark, which I get because it's Krampus. He is dark.
yeah.
But I did see that like the one in Austria is about the same size as Mardi Gras, which impressed me quite a bit.
I wonder if there's like ladies flashing their tits, so like, don't take me to hell, Krampus, please.
Nah, dude, they throw chains, and when you throw the chain, you gotta show your boobies.
Just full like iron chains.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd be awake to show their
Hey,
tits.
look, I'm
after
not
that.
saying there's not a lot of injuries involved, but it's fine. It's all in the spirit, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Well, I think that wraps up the festivals. I mean, they're not the greatest of things, but before we get into the rest of our conversations, we'll take a quick break for the ad. What do you guys think?
Oh, let's head on over. Okay, we're back.
All right. Tim said we're back, so
We're back.
just imagine one of those like movie clipboard things going.
Oh, don't worry, I have sound effects that go in. They'll know.
Okay, good. So
We're professional podcasters, okay?
And by
I
professional,
would go-
I drag and drop some audio samples in and go, yeah, this sounds good.
I really wouldn't say they were professionals. That's
We're professionals here.
okay. Well, anyways, so many listeners out there are probably like, guys, what the hell are you doing? Like, this isn't pop culture, whatever.
Well, you listen here,
Well,
bud, okay?
yes.
We can do whatever the fuck we want because we are the masters of our own domains.
Well, number one, I think it's awesome to pick just random topics that we think are interesting, because then in turn they hopefully will think they're interesting. But the other thing is that Krampus has made a huge impact on pop culture. He has had his own movie. He has been in many TV shows, and also just spread around quite a bit. So first, why don't we get into the movie, which starred Adam Scott, Toni Collette, who was also in Knives Out, which is an awesome movie if you guys haven't seen it, and then also of David Koechner, who is just like the drunk funny uncle in like everything.
Real quick side note, 2015 saw the release of, I think, 3 or 4 different movies about Krampus.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yes.
there's a movie called Krampus Unleashed. which came out in 2016.
Oh, maybe it was 2016. That was the renaissance of Krampus.
But this movie only has a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was only released on video on demand, so there's no way of telling profit margins.
Yeah. Well, this one was released, like I said, in 2015 on December 4th. The box office was $61.5 million, and the budget was $15 million. So they did make some profit.
They did a lot better than I thought.
Well, yes, the budget was only so small because Krampus was only in the dark for most of the movie.
Yes, he only showed up like twice, which kind of sucked. But, so the basis of the movie, I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. Have you?
I've watched clips of it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it looks good or... It doesn't look good, okay? But it almost looks like one of those movies that is so bad it's good.
That's how I kind of feel about it, to be completely honest.
It's got some fucking star power to it, like...
Yeah!
I thought it would be a lot better.
Reason.
The one dude from The Office, there's a bunch... Yep. No, they're not The Office, Parks and Rec, I'm sorry. Yeah. There's a couple people that were in Parks and Rec in that movie. I'm trying to think of like just the like super famous people off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, it had some star power in it for sure.
Really fucking weird. I was not expecting that. Like when I was watching clips of it, I was like, wait a second. I just thought this was going to be some stupid shitty movie.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like it was better once I watched it and like kind of like, if you don't take it as seriously as like the previews make it out to be, it's honestly not a bad movie. Also not great though. But it's the whole, I guess, kind of plot of this movie is there's a very dysfunctional family, and they have a young son named Max, and he is starting to lose his, Christmas spirit. They have a grandmother in this, and she is from Bavaria, I believe. And as a little girl, her whole family got taken away by Krampus, except for her. So she keeps telling him this story.
Is the grandma the same one from Malcolm in the Middle? Because they have very similar voices.
I don't know.
Honestly. We're going to find out real quick while you explain the rest of the movie. Ahead.
Yeah, so I'll finish explaining. You can look that up. So we get a couple different kind of flashbacks to her family getting, taken away and stuff. And she tells Max that he needs to write his letter to Santa, because if not, Krampus is going to come. Well, after a big, Christmas Eve dinner fight and, spat and stuff, he has completely lost it. He hates, the Christmas time, and he asks for Krampus and all that stuff. So Krampus comes.
He asks for Krampus?
Yeah, it's like
he summons Krampus himself.
Like, he doesn't summon him, but in, a way of disregarding the holiday spirit and just wanting, Christmas the way it used to be, he kind of invites Krampus to their area.
Idiot. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, even though, twice his grandma has told him not to do this. So they slowly start realizing that Krampus is coming in. They get a big winter storm. They get these creepy, snowmen in their yard and shit. Eventually, a lot of Krampus's toys come to take people away. And we see Krampus take, I think, 2 people away, and that's about it.
Is it the cousins or something at first? I don't. Well,
his sister's the first one to get taken because she goes to her boyfriend's house in the snowstorm,
right?
And Krampus is jumping building to building, and he takes her.
Quentin, I've only seen clips of this movie, so
I didn't think that scene looked terrible.
Huh?
I didn't think that scene looked terrible.
Of him jumping building to building?
He looked stupid, yeah, but I didn't think that scene was, really bad, The
CG was, left you wanting more, But the movie itself, like the acting really was what kind of made this movie not completely terrible. The acting element was really impressive. The CG, like they really needed to have a better budget to get the CG better. But yeah.
Excuse me. Can we talk about the fucking elf scene?
I don't remember this.
Oh, when the elves come in and start taking everybody?
Yeah, all these fucking elves wearing masks just like
Yep.
bust in through all the windows and shit. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
They
Did,
kind of
Spec
remind me
Ops
of
drop in.
Yeah.
They
That's
kind of remind me of the elves
amazing.
in Thor. You know, Thor: The Dark World, the second one, where they have those weird white masks. They kind of remind me of those.
Yeah,
Are
it was
those-
fucking, it was strange.
Are those elves? I guess they are elves, huh?
In Krampus?
And Thor.
Oh, no, in Thor they are. Yeah. Kind of. They're like dark elves.
Yeah.
But,
Ooh. Speaking of movies that didn't do too hot, Thor 2 only has a 66% on Rotten Tomatoes.
oh, dude, Thor 2 is terrible. Almost like 2/3 of the actors wanted to quit the Thor franchise completely
I'm not
because of
like-
that movie.
Yikes.
Yeah. We should talk about that sometime.
I
But,
would love to.
Yeah, I don't know if any other, like, scenes stood out to you guys. I mean, like, for me, every time, like, Toni Collette was in it or Adam Scott, it was really good. It was good acting. And at the end, there was a twist that you didn't completely see coming, but it was pretty good. But get out there and watch it for that twist ending. I'm
I
not
just
gonna tell you
remember,
it.
like, how stereotypically, like, annoying the cousins were in this movie.
Yes, they were almost like Home Alone type annoying cousins.
See, my first thought was, like, two Dudleys from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a movie. These are child actors for sure. But yeah, all I remember really, my biggest memory of this movie is like the 24/7 ads they would play leading up to the release of it. Like I swear they were on every channel every night. And it
Yeah,
was
they
just-
played them a lot, which I'm surprised after seeing that they released it on the 4th. I was surprised they didn't release it a little closer to Christmas.
Oh, they knew. They knew we could not make this movie, drop this movie on Christmas. When some people actually make a tradition to go to the movies, like, I don't know. I just feel like no one would have seen it.
No, why would you go and see this on Christmas?
Why would you go and see this on Christmas when you can probably 2015 was that the year Star Wars came out? The seventh movie? I don't remember.
I believe so, yeah.
I think that's correct. Yeah, 2015.
I think it
So-
might have done a little bit better if Star Wars didn't come out, but I don't think it would have done
That is
that
probably
much better.
correct.
I don't think it would have been that much better, though.
Well, it came out before Star Wars by 2 weeks, but still. Like, so everyone's hype for that year around Christmas, around December, was built up on Star Wars.
Yeah.
And not.
Which it was like kind of a disappointing
Krampus.
movie.
I just.
Like, I'm not gonna like.
I'm not trying to, like,
Make a
spoil the
big-
movie, but the snow globes are dumb.
Yes, the snow globes were dumb. I didn't really.
So
like that
fucking stupid.
part. Well, that's all we really have to say too much about the movie. We'll leave you with the snow globe hint. That's about it. But we're not done with the pop culture stuff because it has been referenced so much throughout pop culture. So, my all-time favorite Krampus is in American Dad. I think it's season 9, episode 6 is the first time he ever comes to fruition, and he's in it almost every Christmas episode after that. And it's great.
You're
It's
telling me that
amazing.
American Dad had more than 9 seasons?
Yes.
Holy shit. It doesn't not...
Dude, it's still running.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
All of these shows are just going to they're like fucking cockroaches, dude. We'll have a nuclear apocalypse and there will still be new episodes of American Dad, The Simpsons, and Family Guy coming out.
16 seasons. Holy fuck.
Yep. I mean, it's not that it's not good.
No,
Like,
out of
I
all,
still watch
all
it,
of
like, all
Seth
the time.
MacFarlane shows, it's probably my favorite,
Yeah.
but it's still not great.
No.
Oh my god. How does this man get... Okay.
I mean, I like American Dad a lot, but, like, there's only, like, so many episodes that I can rewatch.
Yeah, I would tend to
But
agree
it
with
is
that.
my go-to, like, kind of like going to bed show.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put it on right before I go to bed and just, like, fall asleep to it, for sure. But, I do love Krampus in that. It's fun because he takes Steve away, because Steve's being an edgy bad boy. There's a couple good musical numbers in it, if you guys were wondering.
I remember these episodes very vaguely.
Yeah, Krampus, their grandpa ends up becoming Krampus in a weird way, because their blood fuses together after they save Steve and Stan from Santa Claus, because Santa Claus is actually the asshole.
I think I remember that. Again, this, like you said, this is one of those shows I would put on to like go to bed because it's not engaging enough to keep me fully awake, but it's like funny enough that I'll watch it.
I'm gonna be honest, I have to be like intoxicated to a degree.
I mean, I probably
and
would.
That's my go-to show.
I probably would be these days. It's just,
yeah.
Oof.
But, so the next one I have, and then you guys can go ahead and talk about yours. But I was super excited when Quentin was like, "Hey, let's do a Krampus episode," because another pop culture reference to Krampus was in Supernatural.
Yeah, tell us about it.
So Tim loves Supernatural.
Oh, I fucking love that the show is still running.
Okay.
For 15 years.
It's almost done, Tim. It's almost done.
How many times can they rewrite the backstory of the two brothers?
It's pretty much always that one has to die, and then next season the other one brings him back.
It's always, here's the plot line from season 4 on out. They're inhabited by arch enemies of some kind.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So, in season 3, they have a Krampus episode, which it's like, I think it's one of their first like holiday episodes, actually, for the series. And they, like I said, gotta fight Krampus. I think they travel to Seattle, Washington. I don't know why that matters. But, anyways,
because that's where Krampus' summer home is.
Well,
he likes the coffee shops. He likes going to the coffee shops with this full typewriter and writing his manuscript.
Well, I will say that like I did like this episode quite a bit because it did allude to a lot of the pagan traditions that we do around Christmas time. And actually, like after doing some research after watching the episode, it is actually pretty close to the actual, pagan traditions. So I will say that's cool. The series has definitely lost its edge.
We talked about this before we started recording, but like a lot of holidays are just pagan holidays, and that Christianity was like, yeah, just make it about Jesus, though.
Yes.
Like Easter is literally the name of the pagan goddess that Easter was originally about.
But now
it's
like to celebrate the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ.
He moved that rock real good. in the hit game coming in this, is that out yet? I Am Jesus Christ.
I think it's coming out soon.
I don't even think there was a release date last time I looked.
No, last time I looked, there wasn't either. But, okay, I'm just going to say it. Jesus is a zombie. Let's move on. Don't at me.
I mean, yes. That's correct.
What did he do after he resurrected? Didn't he just, like, go
did
around
that,
and, like, do bullshit and then ascended?
He went around and was like, I'm back, bitches. And then he did that thing, like, you know that gif of that black kid who holds up the peace sign and then they fade him out? He did that.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought
exactly what he did.
What was the fucking point then?
Just to be like, I'm back,
That's a different
bitches.
podcast. That's a different podcast.
We could talk about the Bible on this sometime. I mean, that is literally in every... There's so many aspects of the Bible that are in so many movies and stories. It is.
You talk about gay Jesus. That's a Netflix thing, right?
I don't remember.
We could talk about Black Jesus.
That was an Adult Swim show.
About Buff Jesus.
Which was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I went to go visit my parents not too long ago. My dad was watching it. And I was like, what the fuck are you into, Dad?
Well, what kind of pop culture stuff you guys got?
Krampus was in Scooby-Doo.
Oh my god.
The Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated series. They had an episode called Wrath of Krampus in 2012. It's Scooby-Doo with Krampus. I don't really know what else you want. I
feel like all the rest of the Scooby-Doo Christmas specials were like Yetis and shit.
Yeah. This one was...
So I guess that's at least unique.
There was...
It's a damn shame they didn't have some WrestleMania stars arm wrestling Krampus, but...
Undertaker versus Krampus.
Ooh.
That
was dragged him to hell, but then he comes back up out of the coffin.
Yeah. Fucking that. Get at us, Scooby-Doo. We got ideas for you. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that Adult Swim show, Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
I went to a Comic-Con where those guys were there. Actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That series had an episode titled Krampus Knocked. If I'm not mistaken, one of the guys from last podcast on the left was not in...
The main character?
Yeah.
He's one of the characters in it. Yeah, he is, yeah. I don't know. I've never watched the show all the way through an episode, so I'm not sure what character. But yeah, there's one of the one guy from last podcast is on the show, yeah.
I thought that was pretty neat. Actually, I was listening to last podcast, and I heard him, he was talking about it, and I never made that connection before, and I was like, oh, neat.
That's hilarious. I had no idea. I would watch that show every once in a while, like after it came on, after like DBZ and stuff. That's about it.
This is not really related, but I did a deep dive on one of the channels Quentin recommended on the Backdash a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching about the Adult Swim show Weird ARGs that go on, the ARGs. And it's just like, they go oddly deep for just Adult Swim shows.
Dude, yeah.
Like, there are people in this house.
Yeah.
And the one about a bear. I can't remember the name of the uncut footage of a bear or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, the Adult Swim really would make some fucking, like, crazy shit.
Which makes me wonder if, like, remember that show that was just, like, random shit for a half an hour? I can't remember what it was called, but it came on at like 3 a.m. And there was it would just be pictures of like animals or videos of animals. There was an episode called like Roadkill.
Off the Air.
Yeah,
Off the Air.
That makes me wonder if Off the Air was like some kind of like thing that didn't take off, or if it was just purposely weird.
I think it was just purposely weird.
Was that when Adult Swim was trying to like cater to the late night stoner crowd?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know why that came up, but
Adult Swim's great.
Adult Swim's got some crazy shit, dude. Like, if you're ever bored and, maybe you smoke weed and maybe it's like 1 a.m. and for whatever reason you're still awake. I mean, going on YouTube and hitting up the Adult Swim YouTube channel might be a good idea. I'm not speaking from experience. But, yeah, I don't know.
Well, there's something else I was going to say. I lost it. Oh, like Star Tours, or whatever that show was called. That never aired, like the Adult Swim Star Wars show.
Oh, yeah. Didn't they have commercials about that? And then it just never...
Yeah, it didn't happen because
up.
the Disney acquisition came through.
Yeah.
And they were like, we don't really want an adult comedy show about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Some of the episodes you can find online. They exist. There's a full season that exists, but they're stuck.
Well, yeah, I remember there being, like, actual, like, publicity about it.
There's a full episode about... Not the full episode, but, like, one of the episodes I've seen, one of the subplots is just Obi-Wan Kenobi trying to get laid. But they all look like pre-Funko Pops, and I hate it. So...
Oh, God.
I don't know. There's some wild stuff out there that Adult Swim has done and never did anything with.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone's heard a little bit about, the reverse Santa with the goat hooves and the horns. So I hope everyone was good this year, because if you are, you're listening. And I hope next year you're also good, so you could listen to maybe next year's Christmas or holiday episode.
My secret link at the bottom of the document.
In our show notes, at the very bottom,
oh no,
Tim has a links used. Oh, why did I? Whoops.
Yeah, put that back.
Would you like to tell everyone what the video I linked is called?
Oh, okay. I had to go to the video first. Tim has a Pornhub link for playing Minecraft while mommy gets fucked hard.
Can you read the top comment for me, please?
Yeah, let me. How do you get to?
Should just be scrolling down.
Oh, there we go.
Tim knows.
Don't worry, guys. She wasn't actually have sex law. She was just talking with my friend. That's all.
I don't remember how I found this video, but it's my new favorite thing. It's just a funny, why did someone make this bit and put it up on this site? I don't know.
But is it an actual porn video?
No.
Nope, it's just Minecraft gameplay footage.
With porn sounds under it. Like amateur porn sounds layered under it to sound like it's in a different room.
That's awesome.
There's some wild shit that's on that site, and that's one of my favorites that I found so far.
So Tim is definitely going to be taken by Krampus next year.
Like I said, it just sounds like a good time.
I mean, do you guys have anything to add for our main topic?
I don't think so, other than Krampus just sounds like a kinky fucker, and the rest of Santa's companions are very of their time.
That means racist.
Like Schwarza Pete, the guy in blackface.
Isn't Schwartz
black?
So it's Black Pete.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's described not as Santa's companion, but as Santa's servant. So, do with that information what you will. I don't like it, but...
So that's racist.
Like I said, it's very of the times.
Yee. We should do a Santa episode next year on how
Santa's not
he's actually
pretty
fucked up.
Santa was invented in New York, and he's all consumerist. It's a very underwhelming story.
Would you prefer Saint
Well, we could talk
Nicholas?
about the pagan part of Santa, too.
That would just be St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
Or Schwarza Pete.
Or I can't pronounce any of the other companions because they have really long German names.
We took 2 and 3 years of German. I think we can handle it.
I took 2. And one of them was independent studied, so I didn't do shit. Sorry, Frau.
I didn't do shit in any of my 2 years, to be fair. I just learned how to call Joey a fuckhead and then stopped.
No shithead.
Joey is a fucking...
Both.
I hope he's listening right now, and he's like, God damn it, guys.
And then
I
Frau
love you,
heard me
Joey.
say it
It's
the one
okay.
time.
Alright. Well, I think we're done. Hopefully, if you guys listen next year, we'll have another nice little Christmas episode or holiday episode.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some
And-
fun festivus ideas for what we could cover.
For next year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even like next week, we could try to find something around the New Year's time. Seeing as you're probably going to miss New Year's for this episode, huh? We'll play catch up.
Depending on how fast I can push it out, it might be on New Year's or the day before.
There we go. Well, I guess we should roll over to our recommendation corner. Quentin, I think you're first this week.
Yeah. So I want to recommend the new Pokemon game. I got that from my parents. Shout out to my parents for the Christmas gift.
I know they listen.
Do they?
Do they?
I know your dad does, at least.
Oh God.
Oh, jeez, my
That's
dad
fucked.
does.
Because your dad told my mom about it, Quentin.
Oh God.
And that's
really?
how my parents found out that I am on a podcast.
What did they think you do?
I told them I play games with my friends. Because after my debut episode of talking about the guy accidentally hanging himself, I didn't feel like telling them.
Oh,
Whoops. Anyways,
But it's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun.
How's Pokemon?
Pokemon is really fun. It's actually a lot better than I thought. Everybody on the internet was complaining about it, that it was going to be bad, but then turns out it's pretty fun. And I have one more real quick recommendation to make. I've already recommended it before, but in 2020, the Duncan Trussell Family Hour and Pendleton Ward are teaming up for a Netflix show where Pendleton Ward, the creator of Adventure Time, is animating clips from the Duncan Trussell Family Hour podcast. So now is a good time to get into the show, so that way you can watch the show on Netflix.
no shit.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be fucking amazing. There's actually 2 or 3 interviews that Duncan does with Pendleton, so those are some fun ones to start out with if you want.
I'm going to have to give that a listen.
They're very neat.
I thought someone had given Pendleton like free reign to just animate his weird, like, almost drug-inspired ideas even more than he already does.
Dude, it's gonna be fucking ridiculous because like this is literally just free reign for him to do that.
Good. He was like I feel like he was honestly held back by Cartoon Network and then he left.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know, some of the later seasons I've heard aren't as good of Adventure Time.
Yeah, I need to go back and I need to sit down and
me
watch
too.
them.
I think it's all on
I got
Hulu,
bored
so.
in the middle, I would say, but the end was good.
Yeah, I've heard the end is good, but then I've heard there's some like episodes between where I fell off and the end that were just kind of like not needed in a way, I
Yeah.
guess.
I'll agree to that.
So this week I'm going to also recommend something podcast related, and by that I mean I'm just going to recommend a podcast. I've probably talked about it on the show. I don't think I've recommended it. Because I do the links and I don't remember linking that. But I'm going to recommend a podcast called Friends at the Table. It's a real play podcast, so kind of like what we did the last 2 weeks of this podcast, but not quite. They do focus on telling stories and, telling stories, playing games within those stories, and things like that. But they just started their new season of their ongoing sci-fi story, and called Partisan. I don't think that's a very good jumping on point. The creators might argue with me about that. I think maybe season 2, which is a lot of listening. Don't get me wrong. Listening to season 2 onward is probably over 100 hours, but
oh wow.
I think if you want to skip around, listen to some seasons here and there, but season 2 is, I think, probably the best point to jump on. But I have been listening to this podcast for probably over 2 years now. I was a donator to their Patreon for a while until finances got tough towards the end of college, and I hope to be again in the future. So, love them a lot.
Cool. Awesome. I'll have to give that a listen because I've heard of it. I just haven't listened to it yet. So
It's
now
a lot
after
of
what you
fun.
said, I'll have to give it a listen. I'm recommending this week a YouTube channel, which is pretty much it, which is like 3 friends, kind of like this, but they literally will sit down and watch movies and do live commentary on them. And then they shorten it up for about a 15-minute video for an entire movie of their like funniest stuff. And it's hilarious. You get to watch like stupid ass movies. Like they did all the Harry Potter movies, and it was like probably a 45-minute episode, but it was just hilarious of their commentary throughout the Harry Potter movies.
Like how they change actors for Professor Flitwick after the second movie.
Yeah, they talked about that, and then they talked about Dumbledore too. So, but it's funny because it's like they just sit there on their couch with like microphones, and they just react to the movie as it's playing.
Ooh.
And they'll record for, as long as the movie's on. I think they talked about like Hermione's boobs for like 20 minutes at one point. And then I could just only remember the SNL skit about.
They didn't talk about how in episode 2, when they find out that mudblood is a racial slur, it gets even worse in the new canon now that Hermione's black.
Yes, they did talk about the mudblood thing.
That just like, oof. Because those movies have been on TV a lot because of the holidays, and for some reason people associate it with the holidays, even though only one of the movies has a big Christmas theme to it.
Yeah.
And, the mudblood thing happened, and I was like, oh, now that Hermione's black, that's even worse.
Yeah, no, it's just racist.
I mean, it was racist.
It was
before.
kind of before, too.
That's the whole point, but...
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, now it kind of gives like a visual for it, too,
Yeah.
for people that weren't fully picking up for it. So, that could be a good thing. I think it'll be good for the show.
So... I guess now we move on to plugs.
Well, yeah, and I think, Tim, you're starting off this
first,
week.
Yeah. Only got one real big one, and that's my letter of the week. And you may be thinking, are you just going down the alphabet? Some weeks, yes. Other weeks, like this week, no. I don't keep track of these, so I could be repeating. We've done 20 episodes by this point. I don't know.
We've done 10. This is our 10th episode.
Is it 10?
It's 10.
No, we've done 10. Nah.
Yeah.
10 was I know for a fact that 10 was... Okay, of the official show, yes, 10.
Yes.
I've been counting the the crossover episodes as episodes.
Oh, so it's 13?
So it's 12.
12, whatever.
Probably finished by now, but we're just going to go with the letter L for linguini.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember how many letters there even are.
Some of them
in your
repeat, don't remember.
tag. Yeah, so... Anyways, Quentin, you're next.
You can find me on the twitter.com at Applebee's is okay. And you could also find me on the backdashpodcast.com / Spotify
Anchor.fm/the hyphen backdash, I think. But just type in the backdash. You'll find it.
There you go. Yeah, you can listen to both Tim and Quentin on that. And it's pretty good. It's pretty funny, especially when you two are on it. You can catch me at Instagram at John Mergenthaler. And then also on the Nightmare Notes, which I don't know when we're recording next, but it'll probably be sometime this week. We'll be back from our holiday little vacation as well.
Do you guys have a topic picked out?
We do. We're going to do cults. I believe I'm going to talk about Heaven's Gate.
Ooh, the Nikes.
Yeah, so... And I don't know what the other...
Is anyone doing Jonestown? Because I feel like Jonestown's easy to go to.
I want to say Joey talked about doing it, but he might not. I don't know.
He's probably going to go with Om Shinrikyo to be fucking...
Go with Children of God.
That's not a bad one. But I already picked mine, so... And I already started looking into it.
Heaven's Gate was the one with the Nikes, right? I'm not wrong about that?
I believe so, yeah.
What do you mean by the Nikes?
So their whole thing, and I don't mean to spoil it for people listening, was that they were waiting for the aliens to come.
Yep.
And when they found the people in LA, I think LA, they were all wearing like that year's brand new Nikes.
Yeah, they were all like white too. They had like all white.
I didn't know that.
On, and it was like all Nike gear. Or at least the shoes were. But yeah, that is Heaven's Gate.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what I'm covering. I don't know what the other two are covering, but they are much more into the cult stuff and the true crime stuff than I am, so I'm sure they're going to pick out some way better ones. So, anyways, that's my stuff. And I think that wraps us up for the week. I apologize for being somewhat awkward this week because we are back from the holidays, so we're getting back into the groove of things.
Yeah.
It's like riding a bike. You never forget.
Yeah, you don't forget, but,
I forgot how to talk into a microphone this week.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying. I know
what you're microphone.
I do. So. Thank you. Because mine decided to take a shit on me.
Yeah. But, so hopefully next week's episode will be a lot more smoother. This week, I don't think was too bad, but I hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you all next week.
See ya.